We're getting the fated duel, NuckleDu versus Caba. Exactly what we wanted to see. If y'all are unfamiliar with the lore, you got me good with that one. If y'all are unfamiliar with the lore, Caba defeated NuckleDu over at Cream City Convergence, declared himself best Guile in the world, and NuckleDu did not take kindly to that for 1 second.
Yeah, no, there was definitely some amounts being thrown. There was definitely a couple of rebuttals. And what's funny enough, I think a lot of the rebuttals came from people outside of the conversation trying to get on both ends. I'm like, what are you guys doing, man? Let them talk it out. Let them figure it out like adults.
It led to NuckleDu laying the smackdown in Spanish on Twitter, which I really enjoyed, honestly.
Beautiful.
All right, so NuckleDu versus Caba. We're going to get our fated duel here. Caba was able to defeat. I gotta do it every time. Caba was able to defeat NuckleDu at Cream City Convergence, declared himself best Guile. Do not taking kindly to that, laying the smackdown on Twitter in Spanish, whether it to be Caba or the third parties that wanted to rear their heads into the conversation. Right now, Du is letting it be known that the Guile going to be on the bench this time because this is for my team. The Cammy's doing work, catching the counter, his left and right. Complete control to open up this one. Not quite, though. Caba be able to hold on for a little while.
Ooh, what a whiff punish, too. What the... Yeah, I like that option. I like that ender, too. So NuckleDu actually popping off a little bit. He's pointing at the camera. He's like, all right, go next, bro. Go next. So I do have a question, a very genuine question as the bus ass continues.
Oh, my.
If NuckleDu wins with Cammy,
yes,
is Caba still the best Guile?
So that's the thing, right, is that I think Du has highlighted, he's like, look, this is for my team. This isn't just for me. This isn't our beef. Like, I'm going to pop off on you because I'm getting the dubs, but this isn't beef related. This is business right now. Because when it's beef, I think they'll do the Guile mirror. But right now, Du's making sure his team gets that dub by any means necessary. Even perfect pairing the Sonic Blade on Wake Up.
That is facts, too. Yeah, NuckleDu is truly a professional to keep it in that regard, too, right? He's going to make sure he ensures that W by any means necessary. And I do mean it, any means necessary.
Most def. Now he's a drive rush cancel confirm away from establishing that game 1 up against Caba. And this is another thing that having somebody like Dual Kevin on his team allows him to do, right? Of course, Caba looking for the big step kick. It's one of the best tools to confirm into Super for Guile. They always look for it when they got the meter loaded. NuckleDu, perfect scouting. But this is something that NuckleDu having a legitimate number 2, as he put it, with Dual Kevin on the team, it allows him to do this, right? He's able to step up and feel comfortable going up against Caba in the first game. I'm going to get this dub because I can put Dual Kevin at the anchor, and I have confidence in him beating whoever is on the other team.
Truly.
All right, so NuckleDu versus Caba. We saw Du, like we said, taking care of business with the Cammy, right? Able to take the first game. We'll see if Caba can adjust. It's tough, though, in this sequence with NuckleDu able to kind of manipulate from the air with the dive kick, and he's always picking angles where if he does regular jump instead of dive kick, the flash kick is just going to completely whiff, right? That's what really makes you hesitate as anti-airing on the Guile side of things.
So far, I love the activity coming in from Caba. But right back at you, NuckleDu not only fluent in the ways of the offensive capabilities that Cammy has, but also being able to show out with that perfect parry. That upside down kick, just defying gravity, just gets me every single time. How the heck does he do it?
As an Air Force special hidden technique.
What part of training camp was that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Able to make the gravity in the air work for him. Right now, though, Du again has established a significant lead. Caba, you see, he's hesitant on throwing the projectiles. He knows the quick spin knuckle is there as well, even with the projectile invulnerability happening later. But nonetheless, right? Dang, as soon as NuckleDu sees Caba looking to apply pressure, busted out again.
Word!
That jump, the delayed jump right there, catching Caba trying to gain some ground after the boom. That felt like Du just knowing how Guiles work, man.
Yeah, because that was an outright punish counter against the knee bazooka.
Yeah. And it felt like Du didn't jump like when he could have, like immediately when he could have, right? Like it did feel like a later jump to kind of bait Caba into that.
That is some like wild read upon that situation too. It's a very niche situation to happen as well. NuckleDu getting another punish counter too out for the roundhouse, back-to-back roundhouses. Now we get the side switch proper from Caba.
Oh, and yeah, Caba is going to drain it all. Yes, indeed. Make sure he gives himself another chance here, right? Might as well go to another round where you can make all kinds of decisions. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Got a little ahead of myself here. He is burnt out with no meter. Oh, but it's okay.
Slight little hesitancy, a little walk back, I got to say, from Caba. Going in that standing jab. That jab is a lot further when you get like the slow motion and like the freeze frame on that. Like that bad boy can really extend. Oh, punish counter against the dive kick too.
I like that. Oh man, so close to getting whiff punished. NuckleDu was just slightly late on the sweep.
I don't even know if it was against the dive kick per se, actually. I gotta make sure to check that eventually. But either way.
Yeah, and Caba once again letting it loose. And that's honestly, I'll get back to that in a moment. S2 already getting the corner pressure, catching Caba reaching. Harassing with the same EM kick. Both players looking for big confirms.
Oh. Yeah, the big confirm that comes out of NuckleDu could really drain out the drive gauge from Caba. But it's Caba who's still withstanding the test of time, playing as much defense as possible. Does find a shot too. And even if he wanted to, he still had another little bit of gauge left.
Well, with that stand roundhouse range, so you can actually keep that up. The only thing that he did to get out of it is when he jumped over it the first round of this game and dashed up on the second round.
Yeah.
But you've been gelling him for the most part with your roundhouses, so you're still good.
Especially after the drive rush cancel and the jab, right? It was crouch medium kick, drive rush cancel, jab, and he was able to flash kick afterwards. You lose your charge with the flash kick, right? So he really had to bet on it being the true block string and then flash kicking afterwards, which is what happened. So really great stuff from Caba and not just falling into the false sense of security of trying to challenge a drive rush cancel. Oh, right there. Wow. The jump timings from Du caught Caba off guard, then just using the shimmy after the jump in.
Yeah, and just the call-outs too from NuckleDu, knowing full well when Caba actually wants to reach, right? The last couple of instances, man, what an interruption again from Caba against the spin knuckle.
Yeah, usually I think that's a spot where Guiles will throw two sonic booms pretty autopilot-y and Du. Oh, he tried to call it out, but speaking of call-outs, Caba's the one doing it, shutting down the air approach with level 1. Wow, this is immaculate stuff right now, and the dive kick gets reacted to. Caba.
Oh, really at home, too.
Wait a minute. Yeah, for real, though. We're on the beach.
No, I gotta say, man, dude, the waters over in the Dominican Republic.
Chef's kiss.
Beautiful, beautiful place.
Not like anything we have here. All of our water here in California look ugly.
It's kind of dirty. Oh, that jump in again. Also kind of dirty. But again, it really goes back to what we were talking about earlier. NuckleDu's just understanding of what Caba wants to do within that space has been so beneficial for him thus far. But this side switch might be the big change-up.
And Du, he bet on something early right there, but he got the whiff punish, but not a big conversion. I wonder if he's feeling a little shook after this as well. Ooh, and yeah, Caba knew the neutral jump was going to be there. He got a little bit of damage out of it.
A little two-piece. Not too bad. Punish counter damage as well.
Yeah.
Checking with the low medium kicks again. Encroaching on that space is NuckleDu being pretty much going back and forth on it too. The roundhouse getting the punish counter to get more of that estate. I don't know if it's going to be like anything significant, but now the dive kick's coming in too. Changing it up with just normal jump-ins. And you saw Caba kind of stand up a little bit, so he didn't have that charge maintained. Again!
Exactly, yeah. I think Du is really picking his spots well. Caba has not chosen anti-air once. He does level 1 reversal, though, after the pressure was on. He's burnt out with no meter to his name now, though. He's got some distance. The really late dive kick catches Caba, maybe trying to throw tech the landing, and then reaching again. It's a final round just like that.
With 3 bars to his name, he's willing to spend it all if he can land this initial hit. Jump in fierce. Man, Caba again. Not a single anti-air has rung out thus far from all these jump-ins. Caba is going to be in big danger so long as NuckleDu, continues to jump on him just like this. But no, the low exposure, low medium kick, and now catching the overhead.
The overhead, tried the fast fall low as well. He's in his bag right now, Du. Feeling it, trying to close out this setup against Caba. He's got a massive lead. Caba risks the OD flash kick. Du shuts it down and brings home the dub for Shopify Rebellion. Man, oh man, what a set between these two.
The matchup we were looking forward to, just in a different sort of space, not necessarily the Guile mirror match to claim the rightful throne between these two titans, but instead it's for the bigger picture here at Street Fighter League Pro US. NuckleDu doing it big for his team. 10 points. Pretty significant deal going forward with the momentum, man. That's got to be like highly intense. If I were on that team and I was like sitting by watching that, I'm like, damn. Now we have to win.
Yeah,
Based off of that, we have to win.
100%. I love Du. going about it in a business-like fashion. As we said, you mentioned, he said, I'm willing to put up 5 figures. I'm willing to do it in the Dominican Republic. We can go Guile Mirror in a long set. But when it's up to my team, when it's a 2 out of 3 and I got to do it for more than just me, he went with the character that he believed would get the job done in a quick set, and boy, did Cammy ever.